So this video is showing how to feed an LLM with a dataset without any programming language. So I'm using Knime Analytics Plateform, and your first step is to enter your API key in the credential configuration node. So this is where you enter your key. You click apply, okay, run it. First step is OpenAI. I pick OpenAI. You have to authenticate with your credentials. So again, you pick the credential node here. This is where your API key is entered. Run it again. And your first step will be to select which model you want to use. Okay, I pick GPT-4 among all the models. Whoops. Sorry. Okay, so you run it again. Now, in this table here, you enter your prompt. So I have picked what is Knime. You can pick any question that you like. Run, you execute, and then in the prompter, you specify which column is the prompt, because you could have more than one column, and you give a name to the response of the LLM. Run this. It takes a few seconds to run. In the meantime, I will explain what those two nodes here are for. The first one is simply cleaning the response. It is removing, if you go below here, I'm removing leading, trailing white space. The last node here is only adapting the view to the display. For example, if I change the display like that, you will always see the full paragraph. So if we look at the cost, let me show you. This is before running the request. I already had 10 requests run today. I just refresh the page. You see, I have 11 requests now, and it cost me $1 cent in US dollars. Okay, so the next example is using, instead of using only one line to feed the LLM, let's look at the file here. This is a file that is included in Knime when you download it. It is a typical data file that we use in machine learning. So this contains 150 records of the iris flower species. So you see the three species, setosa, versicolor, and virginica. So what we want is to feed the LLM with the species and ask a question about it. So the first thing we have to do is a group by node, so that we get only 3 lines. For each record, we see the name of the species. We create the prompt where we put, please provide a word description of the iris species, and we refer here to the column which contain the name. See that the prompt will, this is the prompt that will be sent to the LLM. So let's execute this, feed the prompter with this. And again, the two next nodes are again to clean the response. Okay, it takes a few seconds again. Okay, so here we get the results. Okay, so we see that it does response. This is the iris setosa, blah, blah, versicolor, and virginica. Again, let's look at the cost. Let's refresh the page. Now you see that we went from 11 to 14 because we had 3 rows. So this is considered as 3 requests. And we went from 8 cents to 10. Okay, so it cost 2 cents to actually run this request. Now, the next example is with using DeepSeek, which is a lot less expensive than OpenAI. In this example, we do the same thing, and I have a different API key, obviously, for DeepSeek. So I do the same here, authenticate and select an LLM. In this example, we again read data that's included in Knime when you download it. It is the World Bank population data. As you can see, the data set is not very clean, so we have a few pre-processing done to the the data before feeding the prompter. What we want a column containing country names. And the prompt that we will provide to DeepSeek is list the most watched sport in the country. And again, we refer to the column name. So this time I don't run it live because it took quite a long while to process the 200 and almost 30 rows, 229 rows. It took, like I said, quite a while, but it cost a lot less. If you look, this is the only thing I ran today with DeepSeek. You can see the 229 request, and it cost 6 cents. So if you want to download this workflow, I will give you the link below, and you simply have to go drag and drop the workflow directly in Knime. So hope you liked the video. So if you have any questions, just drop them below.